Hello, good evening. Yeah, I'm Marigo. So today I'm with Boniface Adera, Dr. Adera.
Yes.
Today I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So our YouTubers, viewers, make sure that you subscribe, you like, you comment and share the video. Make sure you watch until the end of this video so that you'll be able to know those questions that I'm going to ask today, Dr. Adera. So the first question,
Yes.
how how do what makes to become a vet?
What made me become a vet?
Yeah.
I think it's just passion.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I grew up watching a lot of animal documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, we used to use tapes, VHS tapes,
Yeah.
and I remember they were very nice documentaries by people like David Attenborough.
Mm-hmm.
They are very good narrators. So from an early age, I took interest in animals,
Yeah.
and I keenly watched animals, as they were going through suffering, various diseases and things when I was a child.
Yeah.
And so even going back home to the countryside, to the village, I would see the way animals were, the way they behave when they're sick, when they're healthy. And so in my mind, I just knew what I wanted to be. So it was not a surprise to me when I chose Bachelor of Veterinary Medicine,
Yeah.
because I felt I was in the right place. And I also felt that I wanted to make an impact in the livestock industry.
Yeah.
So it's something that, started from right an early age up to now. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good as you can hear. So the
Mm.
next question you like to ask, what
Yes.
challenges are you facing outside there?
Outside here.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, in Kenya, um, unlike in the countries like in the West, in the United States, um, it has taken some time
Mm-hmm.
for people to understand who veterinary doctors are.
Yeah.
You see, when people talk about veterinary, they just imagine some drunk somewhere in the village, someone who is doing changa and things like that, and maybe perhaps someone who is untidy
Yeah.
and they're not organized, and someone that will just take anything. So the perception was quite low
Mm-hmm.
for some time, but at least right now, more and more people are becoming aware of this profession. So there are people who, for example, you'll go to someone, and you give them a bill and they're like, huh? Someone wants to pay you things like 50 shillings, after, all those years of learning, because they don't have the right perception of what this profession is.
Mm-hmm.
Some people also, they take things into their own hands.
Yeah.
They give the animals medication without any consultation.
Themselves.
Yes, themselves, without consultation. And also we have the challenge of quacks. We still have a lot of quacks.
Mm-hmm.
And because you see, most I would say that we are not many still in this country. So
Mm-hmm.
and because most vets, some have gone into research, some have gone into institutions. Back here in the countryside, there are few vets, and so we have a problem of quacks.
Of course.
Yes, yes, and then also maybe some institutions still don't pay vets very well, and that is still a challenge that is ongoing. Yeah.
So, are you employed in the government or?
No, I'm not employed with government. I'm doing my own private practice. I've worked for a number of private organizations. I've worked for a company that had a ranch.
Yeah.
I've worked for a non-governmental organizations. I've done a few government projects, just short projects. But currently, I'm just doing my own private practice and running my own businesses. Yeah.
So before I heard you talking about those quacks,
Yeah.
how do you think the government or you with the other vets can control them?
Oh, the government has put in place professional bodies.
Yeah.
First, we have the Director of Veterinary Services.
Yeah.
And then we have the Kenya Veterinary Board. Now, the Kenya Veterinary Board is mandated to register and also, regulate the veterinary practice. So that means that every veterinary professional and paraprofessional, by professional I mean veterinary doctors and surgeons, and then we have the animal health practitioners. They should all be registered under the Kenya Veterinary Board, because that is the body which is mandated to ensure that all vets are registered, they have been trained properly, they have attended internship, and they are complying with the law. And every year they do what we call also continuous professional development. So in terms of the government, I believe that's what it's doing. Now, me as an individual, what am I doing? Now, in a place like this, sometimes you find a quack who has been here for almost 30 years. So how do you deal with such a person? First, they are older than you.
Yeah.
And second, you still find a lot of people still, procure their services. What I've done is just to show the difference. If a farmer calls me and they call a quack, I want them to see the difference in terms of the services that I offer, so that they can tell that this is a professional and this is a quack.
This is not a profession.
And this is not a profession. So just by the services that you offer, you're able to show the difference and to build trust with the farmer. Yeah.
So right now, are you ready to be employed with someone or government?
Am I ready?
About that?
Am I ready to be employed by the government? Okay, employment, when you talk about employment, you've got to look at, what are the pros and what are the cons of being employed, and that boils down to you as an individual, the goals that you have, and whatever you're earning. For example, whatever I'm earning from my private practice right now, those are the things that will determine. I would say that it depends. It depends. I'm not closed to being employed. It depends on the terms of service, but at the same time, I'm trying to do what I can from out here, and also just to be self-reliant. The good thing about this profession, and I always tell people, and those who want to join this profession, is that you'll never sleep hungry.
So you are getting
You can never sleep hungry.
making something in a day, yeah?
Yes, I will not reveal how much I'm making, but you can never sleep hungry.
Yeah.
And you can never lack, you'll be able to provide for yourself as long as you're hardworking and you are proactive, and as long as the services that you offer, they're good and quality services, you'll never miss something in your pocket. Yeah.
Wow, that's good. So I think this is going to be the last question. So how do you think, or how do you with your colleague?
Yes.
What do you think? Or how can you help these farmers? Cause I see
Oh,
they are struggling.
okay.
Yeah, to
Mm,
improve their animals.
mhm.
Something like that.
In terms of,
Medication,
okay.
improving the animals.
Mhm,
Yeah, cause most of these regions here,
mhm.
I see farmers, the animals, they are not good.
Okay.
Yeah, they got those animals or the Rocco one,
Local breeds.
they are Rocco breed. So how can you help
Okay.
them to improve or to change
Uh,
to
okay,
become?
uh, of course, you're talking about genetics, and we've been having a program called artificial insemination.
Yeah,
And maybe one day we'll show in this channel, how we do artificial insemination.
yeah,
But we have that program, and in this program, we select certain bulls, uh, and these bulls, we know that the offspring of these bulls, for example, the daughters of these bulls, they are good performers. And now, in terms of, for example, dairy breeds, we select bulls whom we know the daughters have been tested and their, proven history and records of their performance. And then, we use this semen from these bulls to inseminate these breeds here. And we've been doing this for quite some time now, just to try and, get crossbreeds of the local and the exotic breeds. And then from these crossbreeds, we can improve them from time to time. So we've done that. I think we've done that to many farmers, those who are aware at least. And we're also continuing to sensitize the farmers on these services, and how they can improve, because obviously right now, people can't keep animals the traditional way, because first of all, there's no space for land and everything. So we are switching into a system where, people will have to zero graze their animals. So we are doing a lot of that in terms of the insemination. Also, we are doing extension services, just trying to tell farmers that, these are the benefits of, improving your breeds. And, so far, we've had a number of farmers, and we are working on that every day. It's a continuous process that, cannot be done in one day. But I know that with time, maybe 5, 10 years from now, the breeds here will be very different. Yes, in terms of treatments, we have disease control programs like vaccinations. We vaccinate, against diseases of zoonotic and economic importance. Diseases like lumpy skin disease, um, foot and mouth disease, anthrax, black quarter, so that at least we make sure that farmers don't lose their animals, because again, that is leads to a lot of economic setbacks. Yeah, so we are trying in terms of that. Yes.
So thank you for this interview.
Okay.
Thanks you have advised
Mm.
to the farmers that said there.
Yeah.
So thank you all who are watching this video. Continue watching more. Make sure you like, subscribe, and you share and comment.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Okay.